Yeah.
The red light's on right
Yep.
now? Okay. You sure?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're out country cruising today because it's kind of a rainy, cold, nasty day, and whenever you have those kind of days, it's best to just go country cruising and see if you can find some cool old cars. So, my first and main priority is I want to find this old, like 72 to 77 four-wheel drive Ford pickup that I saw when I was out soil sampling, because when you're soil sampling, driving around all these fields, sometimes you get back in the boonies a ways. And this truck is so cool. It's sitting out in a cow pasture, and it's got a beautiful patina on it. And I'm hoping I can find it today. And if I don't, so be it. We'll see some other cool stuff throughout the day, but this won't be a very long video. It'll probably be like 15-20 minutes of us just driving around looking at cool old cars. Maybe it'll be 5 minutes, I don't know. You sure?
Yes.
The red light's on right now. So we found the truck that I was looking for. It kind of got randomly brought up in conversation last night. I don't even know how it started. We were talking about like old abandoned vehicles and stuff, and I talked about this truck that I saw when I was soil sampling. And then I made it my life's mission. I've got to figure out where it is, because this was like 3 or 4 years ago when I saw it, and we found it. It's right here, and we're not going to do too much trespassing. We're going to stay on the road. But can you see it pretty well?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be, I don't think it's as old as 72. I think it's like between 75 and 77. But I mean, it's just so cool because it's a four-wheel drive and it's a long bed, and the bed is in, I mean, it's there, and a lot of them have flatbeds on them or step sides. Yeah, can't see anything. Like a 78 to 79 flatbed of some sort. Pretty neat looking. Looks like it hasn't been driven in a while. A couple flat tires, and then there's another one back there with a regular bed on it. 78 or 79. Actually, it's probably 78. It's got round headlights. This one's got square headlights.
Now.
So, we're rolling up on a place where I remember seeing an old Ford pickup, and we didn't intentionally start this as a tour of old abandoned Ford pickups, but that's kind of what it's turned into. And it's right up here on our left-hand side. So I stopped one time just for fun, and I went up to the house and knocked on the door and said I was wondering if you could tell me more about the truck. That's what I was going to ask. A little boy answered the door. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cool. Super cab, 77 or 78-ish. I'm not crazy familiar with that generation Fords. I just know a little bit about them. Anyway, I walked up to the house one day, knocked on the door. A little boy answered holding a toy or something, like a squirt gun or I don't know. And I said, are your parents home? I was wanting to ask about the truck out in the driveway. That little boy, probably 8 years old or so, goes, "It's not for sale." And I said, "Really? Well, I was wondering if I could look at it. It's kind of a cool old truck." And he said, "Nope." I was like, "Okay, man, have a good day." He closed the door, gave me the cold shoulder, like 8 or 10 years old or something. It was pretty funny. Here's somebody's beautiful red T-Bird. I would guess, judging by the plate, it's a 65, but it's not for sale or abandoned or anything, but just saw it in a parking lot and figured we ought to stop and add it to the country car gawking cruise. There's a neat old El Camino that is pitifully sitting and getting covered with tree pollen and twigs and all kinds of nastiness, but back in high school we saw that car driving around and it was pretty slick. This wasn't the cruise touring all the old abandoned Fords, but it's kind of just unintentionally turned into. Are you rolling?
Yep.
So there's an old G-body El Camino hiding out back there. They moved it to the backyard in the last couple months. See it?
Yep.
There's an old Bronco and an old Ford tractor there. We'll go down the lane next door just to see if there's a better view. I don't think we're supposed to.
Yeah, you can go all the way down to the access turnaround.
Huh.
This house back here never used to be there.
Yeah, they probably don't like people driving down here, but it is technically like a access lane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. You get good and zoomed in. Pretty cool. Old Bronco. Is it a Bronco? It looks like a Bronco. Somebody in the comments let me know what it is. And then there's an cool old tractor to our left. See the tractor to the left?
I'm getting there. That's pretty cool.
Huh? It's pretty slick. Okay.
Oh, the grill.
Yeah, I can't tell what it is. It's not what I thought it was, but now that we're stopped, it looks like, I don't know, it's very... That's our cue. Shenanigans. That means the camera's rolling. I kind of like it, I'm not gonna lie. Can you see me okay?
Yep.
So, we are out on our project car spotting country cruise, and we're currently driving past a junkyard slash salvage yard of some close family friends, and today it's very cold and muddy, but sometime in the next year or two we are going to come out here and film an episode of Shenanigans Rinse Repeat, and maybe even multiple episodes. I have some wheels turning about what I'd like to do. I kind of want to just do one video walking around the junkyard and trying to spot really neat old cars. There's a four-door Falcon, a four-door like 60 to 62 Falcon. There's so much cool stuff. You can't see it all at once. I just saw a G-body Malibu. It's hard to see it all at once without walking around. So anyway, I'd like to film an episode of just walking around seeing really cool old stuff in the junkyard. And then someday I would like to film an episode of dragging a car out of the junkyard under its own power. You know, finding one that's not too far gone, throwing a battery at it, doing the routine maintenance it needs to get it running, and try to drive it out to the road under its own power. I think that would make for a really exciting episode. So just keep your eyes on the channel and you'll see us there at the junkyard at some point. So you can barely see an International Scout way back there, but it is there. Pretty cool old vehicle. You don't see many Scouts laying around anymore. So there's our old car in that barn, and let us know in the comments what you think it is. I think it looks like a shoebox era Ford, but I also don't know a lot about them, but that's just kind of my best guess I can throw at it. But it's kind of neat. It's been there my entire childhood, like growing up, cruising around out in the country out here on four-wheelers and stuff. I mean, it's been there for as long as I can remember. What do you think? 15 years?
Probably.
And then there's a little Ford tractor. I think it still moves every now and then. There is a really decent little first-gen Ranger. It's in pretty good shape. You got some other stuff there, but it's all... Oh, that's a second-gen Ranger. But there's some other cool stuff around there. I think there might be a Bronco back behind the barn or something. There's a derby car. Oh my. stuff. We'll turn around. There is a Mustang between 64 and 67, a white Ford pickup, and some other old Ford Lincoln Mercury something or other. I'm driving, so I can't tell. Somebody in the comments tell me what that car is. The van on display in somebody's yard. You can just barely see it, but you can see it.